Oh, okay. Yes, it's very means very rhythmic, and you did it so well. Means when we are hearing, it's like the nectar is going through the ears to
Oh
the.
yeah, it's the song. I had nothing to do with it. It's the song itself because, after all, it is describing Golok Vrindavan, so it has to be nice, right?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I'm not able to broadcast to Facebook right now. Why is it not broadcasting? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Zoom. All right, more. It says it's broadcasting, but here it doesn't show me. Okay, let's see. Yes, we are. Okay, good. For some reason, I just thought. So who's there? Who all are here? Do we have our? We have Sony. Can you read today?
Yes, yes, Mataji, Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
okay, good. So I saw in the order of appearance, I saw Kutapa, I saw Ishwari Radhika, and of course, even before that, I saw Priyanka because she was pinging me. And who else? Sulekha is also there. Sulekha, can you read today morning? Looks like not. But anyway, we still have more opportunities to change the mind. And I have just written this down here on a piece of paper, and then I'll transcribe that because I want to get started with the prayers first, right? And the prayers are the Vigyapti Panchika prayers. And I think last night, actually, I went to sleep this morning, so I was working on book distribution. I don't know, Priyanka, is it there in your area also? But this is the first time in my stay in USA for the last
Yes,
5 years.
Mataji.
Whole
Yeah.
night of
It's
thunderstorms and lightning.
yeah, it's even now, I mean, right, not
Now,
just
I'm
now,
saying,
but
yeah,
it's going on.
yeah, it's still going on outside. Yeah, for me, yeah. So
Yeah.
first we are
It
doing
felt
hours
like
there.
India and Arizona.
Yes, yes. I have not heard thunderstorm for so many hours in a stretch like that ever after I
Right.
moved here, yeah, to USA. So what I had done was that before I went to sleep, I had started the prayers and I said, in the morning I might need them, and now of course I can't find them. So anyway, Garima, can you read today?
I
Garima,
can try, Mataji.
you can try. Okay, so I'll put down your name, and if you can, then fine. If you can't, let us know. Oh, why is it not allowing me to start the Vicky Panchika prayers? Please, 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 please help me. Okay. Oh, here, you got it. Okay. Open Vigyapti prayers. Vigyapti Panchika prayers. In the morning, we only do Vigyapti Panchika prayers, right? All right, I got them. And here, if anybody else joins us, just let me know at the end of the prayer so that I can add them. And for the beginning, I'll just repeat the names there. Okay, so those of you joining us on Facebook, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Dr. Max, and as usual, Dilip Bhai Patel Prabhu, always there, the first to join us there. So I'll start with the prayers, the short prayers to the spiritual master. And I can see Facebook guys can see me, so you can view, I think. ॐ अज्ञानतिमरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः मत्समो नास्ति पापात्मा नापराधी च कश्चन परिहारेऽपि लज्जा मे किं ब्रुवे पुरुषोत्तमा युवतीनां यथा यूनि यूनं च युवतो यथा मनोभिरमते तद्वन् मनो मे रमतां त्वयि भूमौ स्खलितपादानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनं त्वयि जातापराधानां त्वमेवा शरणं प्रभु गोविन्दा वल्लभे राधे प्रार्थये त्वामहं सदा त्वदीयम् इति जानातु गोविन्दो मां त्वया सह Radhe Vrindavanathishe Karunamritvahini Kripaya Nije Padabhya Dasyam Mahyam Pradiyata. Okay, anybody else joined us new since the time I started the prayers? I don't think so. Okay, so our reading order here is, please remember, I'm not typing it. Priyanka Mataji, Sudapa Mataji, Ishwari Radha Mataji, Sulekha Mataji, and Garima Mataji. So here we go. I'm going to...
Mataji, I can read today. This is Sonia.
Oh, yes, you said that, of course. Sorry, I'm going to add you. Yeah, I'm going to add you after Garima, and just so that
Okay.
it's written there. Sorry about that. Yeah, my bad.
No, that's good.
All right, you have good fortune that you can read today. Okay, then who goes in first? Priyanka goes in first today. Okay.
O Purushottama, no sinner or offender is as bad as I am. How can I describe my shame, just as the minds of young ladies take pleasure in a young man, and the minds of young men take pleasure in a young woman? Kindly let my mind take pleasure in you alone.
Just as the ground is the only support for those whose feet have slipped, you alone are the only shelter for those who have offended you.
Okay, scrolling it up.
O Srimati Radharani, beloved of Lord Govinda, this is my request. May you and Lord Govinda consider me one of your assistants.
After Ishwari Radha, we have Sulekha Mataji. Because the last verse. Can you read?
Yeah, I'm sorry, where to start?
This one, or the last one. Oh, I'm trying to...
O Srimad Radharani, beloved of Lord Govinda, this is my request. May you and Lord Govinda consider me one of your assistants.
Okay, so now, Garima Mataji, give us the last verse. Yeah, give us the last verse.
O Srimati Radharani, O Queen of Vrindavan, you are river flowing with the nectar of mercy. Please be kind to me and give me a little service at your lotus.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Okay, so I'm going to just bring up the next verse, and I also see Varshana Mataji and Jaya Lakshmi Mataji joined us. So I'm putting the reading order here on the screen for you all. Can you see that on the chat window? I put that.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, good. So we will go to the other prayer that we do, which is actually a sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, and do I have it here? I have it. Okay, here. I'm coming up on a screen close to you with the beautiful Krishna among the clouds. That also reminds me of Golok Vrindavan. Okay, here we go. Whose turn is it to read now? After Garima?
Mataji, my turn.
Okay, good.
Right, I'll try today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadeyasya Yatu Navayat Itratarascharti Savaham Abhigana Savarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavye Mohanti Yat Surya Tejo Varimridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrashaha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi.
Very nice. Synonyms coming up to us from Vijay Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. O my Lord, Namaha, offering my obeisances, Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead, Vasudevaya, unto Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, Janma Adi, creation, custom, sustenance and destruction, Asya, of the manifested universe, Yataha, from whom, Anvayat, directly, itrataha, indirectly, cha, and arteshu, purpose, abhijnana, fully consonant, swarat, fully independent, tene, imparted, Brahma, the Vedic knowledge, Hridaya, consciousness of the heart, Ya, one who, Adikavya, unto the original created being, Muhyanti, or illusion, yet about whom, Suraya, Mataja can't see, great sages and demigods, Teja, fire, Vari, water, rhythm, reaction, Yatra,
Mridam is earth. Earth.
rhythm, earth, I'm sorry. Yatra, as much as
Yatha.
Yatha. Sorry.
No problem.
As much as Vinamaya, action and reaction. Yatra, whereupon. Yatra, whereupon. Trisarga, three modes of creation, creative faculties. Amarsha, almost factual. Dhamna, along with all transcendental paraphernalia. Svena, self-sufficiency. Sada, always. Nirasta, negation by absence. Kuhakam, illusion. Satyam, truth. Param, absolute. Dhimahi, I do meditate upon.
Hare Krishna. And then Vashana Mataji to give us the translation.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandat Pranam. Sorry for being late, Mataji. Somebody came. So. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed in illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusionary representation of the water seen in fire or land seen on water. Water seen in fire and or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusionary representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, people. Okay. So we will not take reflections right now, but we will go to chapter of Bhagavad-gita in the interest of time, so that together in the end we can do everything, right? So anybody else new who joined us, right? Reading order is fine. Okay. So let me bring up the Bhagavad-gita. Now, while I'm bringing up the Bhagavad-gita, I have a question for you. What is the meaning of Adi Kavaye?
First song.
First,
Adi Kavaye
Original song.
original song.
is the original song. Everybody agree?
No,
And
no,
First,
Mataji.
first,
It is
You don't
first created being.
first creation.
first created being. Yeah, being, the first person who was created, right? And who is that person? Who's the first person who's created?
Brahmaji,
Brahmaji.
Brahma,
Is the first person who's created, right? So in every universe, the first person who will be created will be Brahma.
so Mataji, I was just wanted to ask you that means the Krishna created all the demigods? Means like Brahma, Jai, Shiva? No.
Well, yes, Krishna is the original creator. He's the, so we did yesterday, Sarva Karana Karanam. He's the original cause of it, right? So then Krishna, the Brahma is there. Shivji, there are many flavors of Shivji actually, right? So there's a Shiv which is known as Sadashiva, who lives between the, he lives between, like, if this is material planet, if all the material world is below this area, right? All the universes are here, then he's above that. He's above that. And then if here are all the spiritual planets that we talked about, right? Yesterday. So in between the two is the planet of Shiva. That Shiva is known as Sadashiva. So that when these material world, they get annihilated. So we talked here about the creative process, annihilation and destruction and creation, destruction in the verse just now, right? So all this repeated cycles of birth and death and creation of planets and destruction of planets, they happen in this area below in the material world. So over here, like that. And if you are, if you can mute yourself if you're making noises, then that'll help. So everything that gets destruction and creation happens below this area. So Sadashiv is here, so he's not affected by the creation and destruction that happens in this material realm. That Shiva is known as Sadashiva. Sada means that he's always there, right? And even above the Sadashiva, there's a realm on top, and that is the spiritual planet that we were talking about, Vrindavan, Vanya, Ramya, Sthana, right? That we were talking about. So, so Krishna has created Sadashiva also. But here in this context from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1, we are talking about creation that happens here in this material planet, right? So in the material world, planet. And here in this material world, in every universe, right? So these universes are kind of like floating like eggs, right? So inside each universe, which is shaped like an egg, on the top of the universe, topmost area of the universe is where Brahmaji is there. And in every universe, whether it's a small universe or it is a bigger universe or even a bigger universe, every universe will have one Brahma inside it. And that Brahma, is created by Krishna in the sense that Krishna creates everything. But when we talk about and distinguish between Krishna and his various incarnations, then this Brahma is actually coming from Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. Can somebody tell me what is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu? Because we have been talking about Garbhodakshayi Vishnu for a long time now.
Mataji, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu stays on the milk ocean, and that is Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. I'm sorry, Mataji. I'm sorry.
Mataji, there's the lotus coming from the navel of the Vishnu, and there the stay, that is the universe in that lotus is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu.
Yes. So inside every universe, the universe is like an egg. Okay. So try to imagine, you all have seen eggs, right? So try to imagine an egg, and half of that egg is filled with water. It is salty water, and it is known as Garbhodak, right? And on that water, Garbhodakshayi, like sleeping on the Garbhodak, but he's in Yog Nidra, he's not actually sleeping like we sleep. So on that is the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and from his navel sprouts a lotus, right? And that is a lotus. Inside that lotus, golden lotus, inside that lotus, Brahmaji is there, created in the beginning. And in every universe, it's going to be like that, okay?
So that lotus stem has all the lokas, is that right?
Yes, you're correct. Yes, for 25 points. Yes, right. So inside that, inside that stem are the planets, and on the topmost planet is, so the topmost planet in every universe will be Brahmaji's planet, right? He's on the top. He's the engineer of the universe.
So really, we have, if we say Brahma was also created by Vishnu.
Absolutely, Brahma is a soul like us. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm going to mute everybody and allow you to unmute yourself. Okay, and now please unmute yourself, Vijay Lakshmi Mataji, and ask your question. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you unmuted.
Yeah, what I was saying is Vishnu, from Vishnu's navel only, the Brahma came. So to actually speaking, Brahma was also created by Vishnu, Lord Vishnu.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brahma is actually a jiva Soul.
First.
Yes. Brahma is a soul like us.
So what we can say that Brahma was also first creation.
Brahma is the first created. The Adi Kavya is the word Adi Kavya is used for Brahma only. Brahma is Adi Kavya.
But he gave all the universes, head of the universe are Brahma again.
Yes, Brahma is the head of the universe, but what is Brahma's role? We will know here when we reach Brahma Samhita. What is Brahma's role? Brahma's role, like I said yesterday, is to give a place for a body for all the souls to live.
So he has lot of work to do,
Yes.
lot of duties to take care of.
Yes, and that is why he has
So
got
many
4 heads. Yes, and that is why he has got 4 heads. He has more duties to do than us.
One head is not enough.
So universes are of different shapes and sizes and different complexities. Different kinds of beings will be living in different universes also. And so depending on the complexity of the universe, the Brahma will have as many heads. There are Brahmas with millions of heads.
So one head is not enough, Mataji.
For this, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you a story about our Brahma, which means the Brahma in our universe. So he once went to meet Krishna. And so Krishna was inside and the Dwarpal, the gatekeeper, was outside. And he said, so Dwarpal said, okay, what should I say? So who's here? So he said, tell him that Brahma has come. So Krishna was inside in a meeting. Krishna called a meeting, and he invited this Brahma to come. So Brahma goes there and he says, okay, tell him Brahma has come. So that guy goes inside and says, Krishna, Brahma has come. So Krishna says, go and ask him which Brahma.
Yeah, that's right.
Comes back and says that, Krishna is asking which Brahma. He said, what? Which Brahma? I thought I was the only Brahma. You see, Brahma's vision is also limited only to the universe that he manages.
Yeah.
But there are many beyond that. The Srimad Bhagavatam actually widens your horizon and widens your vision and takes you, beyond what we are actually thinking. I mean, I gave you the description of the heavenly planets, right? And it looks like fairy tale, right? It looked like a fairy tale. These are the kind of things that I was just telling one of my god sisters that when I was young, there was a movie that came, and in that there was a song where they were showing that the song was basically that defying all the laws of material nature. What if one day we find the moon itself lying on the ground and we are walking around and the moon is made of ice cream and we take a spoon and we eat it like that. And so to me, all that appeared to be phantasmagoria, and things like mermaids and those kind of creatures, but they are very much there. Creatures who are half man and half animal, they are very much there. They are one of the 8,400,000 species of life. So fairy tales also take their inspiration from the Shastras. And so do, what is that very famous story? The journeys of Sindbad, the 5 voyages of Sindbad, something like that. And every time he keeps on going to a land of, jewels and land of diamonds and things like that. I used to think that they are all phantasmagoria, but no, it's not like that. They are real. There are planets where you have jewels. There are planets like that. So you just have to read the Bhagavatam and create your own fairy tale, so to speak. But they are not fairy tales. It's not fiction. It is wrong to call our scripture as mythology. It is not mythology. Myth means something that is fictional and it is made from here. No, Shastras are spoken by Krishna, so every part of that.
That is the reason, Mataji, I shouldn't say that, but Sobhara, this mother-in-law, whatever we hear after the classes, something, if she is in the class, not now, but if you say something, these are all stories.
Yeah. So here, I just wanted to, before you go, I have to unmute you, okay? I had to mute you because we are broadcasting this on Facebook. Yeah. You don't want her to. Yeah. So we'll have some rules. We will not take names, right? We'll just give examples like that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
sometimes we hear all those things, we think that those are
Yeah.
stories.
Yes,
When
they are
we,
not. Yes.
our
There
age,
are many. Yeah. There are many who will say they are myths. I mean, like, I grew up calling them as mythology, not understanding what is the meaning of the word myth.
that's the
Right?
age.
Yeah.
Now we get all that.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So, talks about the material planets and the material universe is very, very interesting. So we were talking about Adi Kavya and answering your question that yes, each of the Brahma is the creator, is created by Krishna first. And that's why we say that Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam, he's the cause, so do not forget. And Brahma forgets that. Brahma forgets that he's that Krishna is the supreme. And when Krishna comes here as a small cowherd boy and he sees everybody worshipping him, he says, no, this cannot be Krishna. And then he steals the calves and the cowboys like that from him, right?
Even
So,
Yasodamai was in the this thing illusion that she also forgets sometimes Krishna is the.
yeah, but Yashodamai's illusion, Yashodamai's illusion is a slightly different illusion than Brahma. And why I would say that is that Brahma's illusion was a little bit puffed up illusion. He was thinking, I am everything. This world. I mean, yeah, there's Krishna, but this one is not Krishna, like that. Yashoda's illusion is more coming from love, that he's my son, like that, right? Okay, so we have a short day today. I'm just reminding you of that, and that's why I'm hurrying you. But we can always discuss more at leisure because we have 2 minutes just for 7 o'clock to finish. And I'm going to bring the clock up because my teacher from the next class is going to scold me very badly if I don't come up on time. So I have taken permission to be 5 minutes late, so we'll try to wrap up 5 minutes after. So yeah, what's the reading order? Who was the last person who read?
I think, Mataji, it's your turn now.
I read.
Okay. I'll skip reading, but I think Aruni joined us. So Aruni is
Yeah.
on the thing. Okay. So after, yes, I didn't even put my name here. So after Aruni, Mataji, I'm in a position to read. If I must ask that question first. Maybe not. Okay. Then go back to Priyanka.
Oh, sorry. Did you ask me something just now?
Yeah. I'm asking you, can you read text 1 and 2 for us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Text 1. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Text 2. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy.
Text 3. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Text 4. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship?
Text 5. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Text 6. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. Hare Krishna.
Text 7. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Text 8. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. Hare Krishna.
Sulekha? Garima?
Text 9.
Oh,
Yeah,
can
you go ahead. Go ahead, Mataji.
Sanjay said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastier of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Text 10. O descendant of Bharata, at the time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
Text 11. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Text 12. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Text 13. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Text 14. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Jai Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Text 15. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Text 16. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent, the material body, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you are reading on
That
mute.
which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. Text 18. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. Hare Krishna.
Aruni Mataji. Oh, okay. Text 19. Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slain, is in knowledge, for the self slays nor is slain. Text 20. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
All right, back to Priyanka.
Text 21. O Partha, how can a person who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? Text 22. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones.
Text 23. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. Text 24. This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble and can be neither burned or dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. Hare Krishna.
Text 25. It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. Text 26. If, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed. Hare Krishna.
Sulekha.
Text 27. One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. Text 28. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in the interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation?
Garima.
some look on text 29, some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Text 30, O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being.
Text 31. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. Text 32. O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets.
Vidya Mataji.
Text 33. If, however, you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur in sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. Text 34. Please, will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Text 35. The great journals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. Text 36. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Hare Krishna.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay. Text 36. Sorry. Text 37. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. Text 38. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing, you shall never incur sin.
Hari Bol. So we have done the first half of the Bhagavad-gita, chapter 2 that we're reading. And incidentally, the 30th verse is the verse that we will do today. We will have time only to read it, right? Because I have to leave. We'll continue that tomorrow evening. And yes, and after that, because we have done the 38 now, so from tomorrow onwards, when we start reading the verses from Bhagavad Gita, we'll start from 39 onwards. We'll go to 39 till the end of the chapter. Okay. So after Aruni, we come back to Priyanka, is it?
Yes, Mataji.
Go ahead.
Sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapyasi.
Okay. Avapsyasi. Okay.
Yeah, avapsyasi.
Let's see. Okay. Who's the part?
Yes, synonyms: sukha, happiness; dukkha, that is and distress, same in equanimity; kritva, doing so; lava, lavau, both profit and loss; jaya, ajau, both victory and defeat; tatha, thereafter; idhaya, for the sake of fighting; yajva, engage, fight; na, never; evam, in this way; papam, sinful reaction; abhav, abhavshashi, you will gain.
Good.
Translation. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. Hare Krishna.
Sulekha Mataji.
Purport. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness, so there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone, as one is in the ordinary course of activities, it is said.
देवर्षि भूताप्त निर्नाम पितृनाम ना किंकरो नायम ऋणी च राजन् सर्वात्मनाय शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहितो कृतम्. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, nor the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kingsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. Bhagavad-gita 11.5.41. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse, and the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verse.
In the following days. We're going to do that because we have to stop. I wanted to give you a tune for this. Devarshi Bhuta was a very nice verse. It could be in your list of verses to memorize. And so you could use it, the tune you're going to use it. Devarshi Bhutapta Nirnam Pritina Karunayam Rini Sarada Raja Sharvatmanaya Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihita Kartum. Okay, so that's how it goes, and I will have to beg of you and leave this nice beautiful assembly in such a hurried manner. So I apologize for doing that, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for those of you who joined us on the phone, on the Facebook. And by the way, we had our Achyuta Radhe Mataji, Max Grey Prabhu was there, Bhakta Ed was also there, Bhakta Max, Bhakta X, Bhakta Namazia Mataji was also there, and Bhakta Max actually had shared a reflection also on how land on water, water on land, fire and all that, these combinations make us look here and there and get us all confused in this material world. And so is Anita Garwal watching us. And we also had Pramod Kumarji watching that. Okay. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha
Yes,
kripa
Kripa Sindhu
Patitanam
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo